know. I feel like I don't remember where it all happened, but yeah. I mean, it's been a while, and then I remember because I went back and looked because when I said that, oh, you were coming on, they were like, how do you know him? I'm like, we just talk, we follow each other, and we just talk to each other, stuff like that.
Social media stuff.
And then like I know you competed.
Yeah. It's been a minute, man. I've been like wanting to get back into it, but I think I have too many like tattoos now, so like the judges, they always criticize me like crazy, saying like he's got too many tattoos or whatever. I was like,
is that a thing?
Yeah,
I guess so. Yeah,
it's stupid.
Yeah. It is very stupid.
Why? What does that have to do with your composition of
I think
don't
it
do
does
any kind
show
of
like lines aren't as visible.
And that's important. You need to be able to see people's muscle lines.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's all
like the physique, like the definition, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like,
have you noticed though, like since you have like you're both covered, like you're even like vascularity, do you see like a difference?
Nah. Oh yeah. I feel shitty.
Bro, no, because this arm, I mean, it's not completely covered. Like this arm right here, like you can already see the veins here. You can't see them at all on this side.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. They look at your veins.
No, not necessarily. No, it's just I'm just saying like as far as being able to see, like any, I guess
detail,
detail.
Yeah. It's weird.
And you're not competing right now. No. When was your last competition?
The Arnold. So that was like, I guess that's like I did the Arnold Amateur. So it's like it was out in Columbus, but that was in 2020. So it's been a minute.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And there's like a lot of other stuff you got to do. I was like, let me chill out.
Yeah, so I went back and looked. Like I said, I was doing my like research, and I saw that like you were like you want to get a pro card. Like, I know you just said you think about competing, but like, do you still low key want to?
Like,
or?
I remember I was like possessed. Like, so I got a problem. Like, if I think of something, I'll just like obsess over it.
Yeah.
So that was like my era of just competing and trying to get that. But nowadays, man, I'm sure you still follow. It's like these people are huge.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
they're classic with shorts on.
Yeah, pretty much. So there's no chance for me nowadays. But
yeah, no, I mean, no, you got a chance because I mean to at least get your pro card.
Yeah.
And then, but like that's got to be your whole entire life.
Oh yeah. Sleep, drink, eat. Like you have no social life whatsoever. Like,
at all.
Not drinking Red Bull. Fuck.
Yeah. No, the bodybuilding. I don't know, man. Like I seen you start an app.
Yeah.
How's that going? What's it called again?
Fit Vision.
Nice.
Yeah. So like working out and like that fitness space, like that's just who I am probably till the day I die. So, like I said, veered away from competing, but I still want to be in that realm, I guess you could say.
Right.
So I was like, how could I help as many people as possible, but I don't have the time to like physically be there in person for other people. So I met up with this company called Macro Active, and we just made an app.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Fit Vision.
Fit Vision.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's on the App Store. It finally got approved. It's been up for like a month. So you just type in Fit Vision and it'll pop up.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, man, I was hype on it. Like I've been working on that for 6 months, 7 months, just back to back. Just just filming all the videos, like getting all the content in there for it, and just trying to figure out the marketing strategy and all that. But it's dope. Like I use it myself. It's got a meal plan, like it's personalized workout plan. So like, say if someone like Susie wants to gain weight or cut weight or whatever, it's gonna take like her dietary preferences, like she's vegan, vegetarian, all that, and build out a meal plan
specify for her.
Yeah, tailored for that. Tailored to whatever goal she's trying to hit, whether it's gain, lose, or maintain.
Wow.
So there's a lot of cool like little features.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's not an easy
fire.
feat to release an app.
Yeah, I had a lot of help.
Yeah.
So like I'm not over there coding
Right.
shit.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, and it's like passive too. Like once you get it, and I mean, you may still have to deal with it some and make upgrades or but it's like passive. Like you said, you don't have to be there.
Yeah.
Because being there, it's like I like train one family in person, and they pay me great.
Yeah.
But it's like it takes so much time.
Yeah.
And like now that I have a kid and stuff, it's like I still work, and so I work, get off, go train. Then by the time I get home, I'm like, dang, I gotta go to the gym.
Dude,
but I ain't seen, exactly. Yeah. So the app and just online in general is just so much better, man.
I feel like though in person, I didn't know you trained either. Like train people, that's dope.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's obviously more personalized. Like
right.
You're right there. Like you can see them. It's more what's the word? like that rapport.
Just more
is
custom.
strong.
Yeah.
More relationship.
Yep. And you're probably making way more doing that. Like,
But like, I don't want to just
Still,
make
an app could reach more than you could ever do in one day.
But like, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You could have 1,000 clients and just be sitting on the podcast, and you're getting paid.
Exactly.
And I have to be like, oh well, we got to end this. I got to go train. You know, like, so it's so much better. I do online too, but like I said, just that one. But I used to mess with Trainerize. You heard of them?
Trainerize.
It's basically like. It's basically like a just training platform.
Okay.
But shout out to Fit Vision.
Yeah, man.
Go download that.
And I'm like, don't talk about the competition.
No, yeah. But yo, I actually because I don't want to make this all about just the fitness.
I'll
she'll
leave.
just fade out.
Yeah.
I was just looking back at your page and I was curious. Like, I'm sure you get tired of talking about the show and stuff, but what were you doing prior to the show, like as far as work and stuff like that?
So prior to the Love Island show, like it's crazy. I was thinking about that on the way, like to drive up here, but Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Oh, nice.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. And so like right out of college, they have like this management training program, quote unquote. So I worked there for like 6 years, right?
Yeah.
And like in my head, I feel like I was so like just confined to that vision, you know, like corporate work and stuff like that. So yeah, I thought that was gonna be my forever job. And then me and my manager at the time, like we had started kind of like button heads, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what's next?
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, like some random Instagram account just reached out to me. It had like no profile picture, nothing like that.
No way.
So I'm like, is this a scam? But they're like, would you want to do the show? And I'm like, fuck. I messaged them back like a week later. I was like, I guess.
What season? What year were you?
It was 2021.
Okay, that's
It's season 3.
Yeah.
So it's on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
I guess go back and play it.
I was reached out to for that exact same season. I just ended up getting pregnant. Yeah.
I just got pregnant.
We would have been on the same show if I hadn't gotten
crazy.
pregnant.
You should have went on there pregnant.
That's full circle.
Yeah.
Crazy,
when
right?
he told me, I was like, wait, like let me look, let me see. But there weren't 2 seasons that year, but I was like, it had to have been the same season. So anyway,
it had to have been. Yeah. It was in Hawaii.
Yeah. Because it was right after COVID, and they were like, Anyway.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
but it was some like random account with no profile picture.
That's crazy.
And I was like, I said the exact same thing. I was like, this has to be a scam. Nobody just reaches out and is like, do you want to be on a reality TV show? And I was like, I mean, I guess. And then you go through, it was like all like computer Zoom interviews. Like I did like 3 of them. And then
damn, so you actually started like the interview process and all of that.
The whole kit and caboodle. Yeah, up to the execs.
Kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
So wait, like how come it's just a random person? Like why don't they have like Love Island reach out to you? I guess because they wanted a secret.
I don't know. That I guess too, but I don't know. It's like they have different recruiters, so you can either apply for it and kind of go through that whole thing, or someone reaches out to you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out Casting Kaz.
So wait, because I need to know this, right? Is that the person's name?
That's one of the ones that I.
Dang, you just aired them out.
No. She's pretty public with it. She wants people to reach out to her for. She's publicly casting.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind me asking, like, what did you do? Okay, you're going on this show. And you have a job. Did you were you living at home? Like, what was your situation where you were like, yo, I can go do this show and not worry about whether it's rent or a car payment or whatever the case may be?
Yeah. So that's the sketchy part, right? And I'm so thankful it all worked out. But I have a house, I have roommates, so I rent out. There was 4 of us, so the house is just a freaking trap house. It's me and 3 of my best friends, right? So they're covering I'm charging them each $600 a month, so they're covering my rent and all my bills and stuff. But so they weren't gonna let me take a leave. I remember that Enterprise, they were not gonna let me take a leave. So I was like, I had to make a decision.
Because it's a couple months.
Yeah. We quarantined for a month, and then the actual thing is, depending on how long you stay up there, it's 8 weeks, 2 months, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, I know where my life is going to go with Enterprise. I know I can maybe climb this, like I said earlier, this corporate little ladder or whatever, but I didn't know, where my life would go if I went this other route.
Right.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm quitting.
Yeah.
I'm going to go into the
Quit
darkness.
your job.
That's so
I quit
fire.
my job, yeah. I quit my job, yeah. But it's also I didn't know, they fly you out. And you still have to go through the interviews and all that.
Oh, so there's a whole process before it even starts.
Yeah, and I guess that a bunch of people fly out, and didn't even make it up. So
Right.
I would have been really fucked if I quit my job, flown out, didn't make it on, and now I'm back to square one.
Yeah. And you have to commit, obviously, prior. And then you don't know how far you're going to go.
Yep.
You don't know, especially with the COVID. I remember them being like, you're going to quarantine for X amount of time.
Yeah.
What if something had happened during that quarantine time?
Yeah, like you get COVID.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a big commitment to quit your job and leave. Who cooks for you? And I'm just going to... When you watch the show, you see sometimes the guys will like make meals for the girls in an effort to be like cute or whatever. They're like always making coffee. In the past season, they were always making everybody avocado toast.
Yeah.
Do you guys have to cook all of your meals?
So breakfast you cook yourself.
Okay.
Like
That's why they only showed them cooking breakfast. Okay.
shit. I guess yeah.
Yeah.
So
He doesn't know. He didn't watch it.
Oh yeah, you didn't watch the show. Okay.
But
crazy.
breakfast, yeah. So I remember we had this little pantry like built into the wall.
Yes.
So we would go in there. They had like cereal, this is the random bread and shit like that. So you're limited to what you can work with. And I'm glad because I'm such a bad cook. But I can cook cereal. Like,
Sure.
I can.
Yeah, that would be
Cook cereal
that would be
is
really
crazy.
concerning if you could not make somebody a bowl of cereal.
I know. So I remember always doing that, like making a little sandwich and stuff like that. And like you said, trying to be nice guy, whatever, bring it
Yeah.
up to them, stuff like that. But the lunch and dinner they bring to you, and I guess they don't show that.
They don't show that.
At all.
Everybody
That's
wants
crazy.
like one of the biggest questions was like, do they eat? Because all we see is you
Yeah.
eat a little avocado toast and then
That's wild. But
there's
yeah,
no lunch
they,
or dinner.
And that's called, I forget what they called it. It's like a time you cannot talk to any of the girls
When you're eating?
when you're eating. Yeah, they would literally.
What?
I
Because
guess,
they want to film all your conversations.
Yeah. Looking back at it now, I think that's what it was.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
like they would separate us, and the girls would be over here, the boys would be over here, and we just have a big ass thing like this, that's filled with chicken and some vegetables, and we're like villagers. This making.
Oh my god.
Did you get to like preference? Like, hey, can we get some steak today? Like,
Dude, we never
Can
had
I get some
steak.
seasoning?
We never had steak. We had seasoning. I remember that.
you were low key in
Um,
prison.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. And
God.
and did they show like people drinking?
But like out of very specific cups.
Yeah.
Yeah, they only showed your
Like
Your
the name with
specific-
I remember the name.
yes.
Yeah. So
the name cups. Yeah.
I wonder if they try to make it seem like you're drinking all night because we only got this much wine every night.
No way.
Yeah, like it would be in the cabinet where the cereal.
I
was.
assumed it was from an editing perspective. That way you couldn't see like if they cut a clip or whatever, it wouldn't go from a full glass to a short glass or like
maybe.
wow, they only give you that amount of alcohol.
We got no refills, and if we're
Oh my god, this is hilarious.
and it's
That's crazy.
talking back on it, it's literally like it was like a little prison in paradise because if we were bad, like if we were like just wilding out, they would take it away first. Like we wouldn't get wine that night. It was
Yo, so
The way I would need so much wine to be filmed making out with somebody. This
Yeah,
amount of
yeah,
wine,
it was-
you would not be seeing me getting freaky on
lie
camera.
again.
like
Anyway. That's nuts. This amount of that's crazy.
So okay. So have you ever watched any other reality TV?
yeah.
So how do you feel about it when you're watching other shows, knowing that you've been on one? Like, are you like kind of do you know like, oh yeah, I know this, that, and the third?
Yeah, for sure. It's like I'm almost like analyzing it because I
Yeah.
know. So kind of like we're having this conversation, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The producers might be like, all right, I need you guys to start this whole podcast over and go have it over there on that couch over there. So you would have to go back and have that same conversation. And at that point, it's not genuine.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that's when it looks kind of like
Okay.
scripted.
So then we'll circle back to how genuine were your feelings about the women on the show?
Yeah,
Do you feel like you were ever able to get deeply connected with somebody?
nah, that it's like in normal life, it's already hard for me to do that.
Right.
So like in my mind, I'm literally there just hanging out with like the homies or something.
Right.
But I remember like towards the end, maybe for a quick second, but then you go back to real life and it's like, nah, what the fuck? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is not it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
This is like forced.
Yeah, it's literally almost forced. And the producers, like, again, I don't know how they edit it, but for me, like, personally, I never had any feelings towards anybody like that.
What's the like? I'm sure you had to sign some sort of like NDA or like they just tell you like don't post any. Like how is it? Like because I actually watched. I went to school with this girl that was on The Bachelor, and like obviously people are wondering what's going on.
Yeah.
So
So
they take your phones.
Yeah, take your phone. You
no,
have
but
your
I'm saying
phone
like
forever.
post like when the season gets released?
Oh.
Like, are you allowed to speak on it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember like
Yeah.
going out and just doing a shit ton of podcasts like
Yeah.
every day, like 2 or 3 a day sometimes. But yeah, you can talk about whatever.
Okay.
When you were there filming though, you couldn't talk like filming. Like you had to act like there was no cameras or anything like that. So it was weird to be in that mindset.
All right, when you got done and you were like on your way home, and you turn your phone on for the first time, like I would be like, oh, my phone's about to just like
Booming.
pop off. Was it crazy, or were you like, is it like a text from like your
Dang, nobody
family?
loves me.
Yeah.
I can't really remember. I remember like a bunch of buddies from like high school and stuff because it was live.
Right.
So, but I think it was a day behind.
Gotcha.
Like we would film, like say we're filming this, right? It would air tomorrow.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
I guess so they could edit it
Right.
or whatever. But nah, even then, because like I said, you're in there for 3 months without your phone. So I'm getting out and I'm like, I wasn't even on my phone like
The
that.
more we
That's
talk about it,
fire.
the more it sounds like prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
like
no,
you get out and you're like, how do I use my
They had a
photos
whole new
app again?
iPhone out by that time. I'm like,
I was in
yo,
jail.
what?
That's so
like
crazy.
all these world events happen. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
We're in World War III.
yeah. I remember literally
The
Googling-
aliens have come.
Yeah, I remember Googling like what like what the fuck is going on?
Yo,
Google,
that's
what has
crazy.
happened in the last 3 months?
Yeah, nah, for real.
Chat GBT.
That's hilarious. Did you get inundated with DMs from girls when you got out? I feel like that's it. Like, girls just watched you on
Oh, that's crazy.
TV.
Yeah, I mean yeah, but
Because as somebody that watched it, if I saw a guy on the show and like they were good looking and now you know they're single because they were just on a dating show, I'm going to their Instagram and like I'm gonna follow them. So did that?
it did happen. Like still, because I guess they're just like replaying it on Netflix, so it happens
People
still.
still do it.
But I didn't know there was a whole message request thing on Instagram.
Oh wow.
So I didn't even know about that for like a whole year after the fact.
Oh dear,
Yeah, so
So you said like, you know, you still feel the same old, like you're still humble and everything like that. But like, did your like who you felt like you could date now, did that change in your head? Like, oh yeah, like now maybe. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, no homo, you always been a handsome guy and strong and everything like that. So
but you're like now I have a little bit of a level up. Like, I can reach more women.
Nah.
Yeah.
I never really thought
You
like
stayed
that.
humble?
Yeah, never really thought
That's
like
fire.
That,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you from Virginia Beach, born and raised?
Yeah, my whole freaking life. And I love it. It's like a love-hate relationship. So you've been there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Virginia Beach. You've been.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
It's cool, like a little beach city, and I found out it's like one of the #1 places to like raise a kid.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
trying to have a kid like at the end of this year. So
No way.
so it's a good for that, but I just feel like it's so closed-minded. Like I feel like I can't really connect with anybody there. Like now at this point in my life, like I'm trying to do other things like entrepreneurial stuff and like go, but I have no one to talk to. But you go to like LA or like Florida, Miami, stuff like that. Like even here in Richmond,
Sure.
and it's so much more. Like I feel like there's people are doing stuff here.
Yeah.
So-
yeah. Bigger, broader mindset.
Yeah.
So Wicca, back up to that. You are trying to have a kid by the end of the year?
Yeah.
Wow,
I'm
congrats.
32 now. So
Okay,
it's
32.
like, I'm freaking old.
How long have you guys been together? Not that matters,
yeah.
but
So like, what is it?
I had a baby with somebody.
This is a test.
Hey,
and
she
I know.
throws the camera on the ground.
She like walks out.
She made sure she started filming this. Like,
yeah, she zoomed in.
I know. What? 4 years? I always get this wrong. 4 or 5.
Okay, so right after the show.
I don't know either. If that
Or
makes
before
sense.
the
I'm
show?
married, so
Yeah.
I don't know either.
Oh.
So I knew I was gonna come up. All right, so like when we met.
So you
in
guys knew
August-
each other before the show.
Yeah, and this where it got sticky. So
I love Sticky.
yeah. All right, so we met in like October, right?
Yo, you're cooked.
How many? 7 months. She says 7, but I feel like it's.
She's like
5.
7 months and 13 days,
Yeah.
4 hours.
Yeah, I know. But now she was out with my ex-girlfriend at a club. It sounds really bad.
It does, but it's okay.
It
You'll
sounds
explain.
really bad. So I remember it was like a Halloween party, and I seen her, and I like known her through social media and stuff. I was
Sure.
like, damn, I want that girl. Like she's
Yeah.
beautiful, you know. But
He just saved himself right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
I'm good at that.
She's like, all right, it's all good now.
All right.
But yeah, so we started hanging out, right? but I knew like this was already like I'm in the interview process for that. You know how long that is, like freaking months.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit, this is like, I told her like I might be leaving, you know, so I had to keep like, obviously like towards the end of 7 months, like now we're starting to have feelings for each other, stuff like that. But my ticket's already booked. Like I'm like I have to go.
Right.
So it was definitely hard. Like, and I'm sure super hard for her, like watching it, you know, like live on TV, like all that stuff. But yeah. So obviously when we came back, it's me and the girl. I forgot her name.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know her name either.
But yeah, like to the public eye, because we won it. So like to the public eye, like I guess they played it to where you're like all lovey-dovey and all this stuff, and like my whole Instagram changed to that. Before, my Instagram was just like a little workout, you know.
Yeah.
Virginia Beach kid.
And they make you post certain photos, right? To promote.
Yeah. Yeah. So
He's
like
got a probation period,
dude. Yeah. We had to see a counselor for a whole year after.
I believe it.
Like every single week, we had to meet with a counselor to make sure we were like still stable and not like trying to like go suicidal.
Oh,
and stuff
that's
because that's not a normal scenario to be put in.
Nah, and so many people, depending on how
and they're not even
play
feeding you.
Yeah, so we're already malnourished.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so many people, depending on how they play you, they can put you in a bad light, even though you're not like that at all. Like I remember my friend Jeremy, he was on it with me. I met him up there, but he was like a homie, like cool. But I guess they played him like the villain,
like a villain.
Yeah, and even me, I was getting a shit ton of like bad DMs and hate and stuff.
Yeah,
I remember I was blocking like 30 people, 40 people every like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
felt like.
Depends on your edit, depends on what they need you to be. I remember in the interview process, they asked me a question. They were like, what like character or what personality do you think you would be on the show? And I was like, myself. Like, what do you mean? And they were like, well, you know, if you had to pick, would you be America's sweetheart? Would you be the villain? Would you be
What?
And so I was like, that makes me wonder how genuine
they're gonna play you.
Exactly, because they can decide how you get perceived by the public. So that's wild.
I remember. All right, so this is a crazy part, and I kind of snapped on the producer. I didn't snap, but they're like one of the challenges, like they had to say like a fact. There's like a bunch of cards, right, and you had to like guess. So it'd be like this person, I don't know, like hooked up with this person or so and so, and you had to like guess who it was. Yeah. But the card that they tried to give me was like this person slept with over 30 married women, and I'm like,
and you're like, no, it was 29.
No, I was like, that's not fucking me. Like, what the hell?
Right.
So they try to, I think they try to start it off that. But I remember off camera, I went to them. I was like, yo, that was not my card. Like, I can't have all these people in America like looking at me like,
So the character that they were trying to give you was like super playboy.
I think
like,
so. I think so.
Fuckboy almost.
Did you have a conscious thought of like some of my family might watch this?
They were watching it, like my grandma.
But like, how'd you feel about when you're like? I mean, honestly, I did never thought about it until even just talking to you about like how you got to kind of like just send it like in all areas when you go into the show, because you got to say, hey, responsibilities, priorities, the woman I'm dating, my family's about to watch me, you know, do whatever.
So I think for me, like my family is so open. Like my mom sells sex toys, like so she doesn't.
Hell yeah.
Care. Like my family is so.
Let's get her on here.
I know she would love it, but they're already so open. So like it there's like the PDA and all that stuff. Like
you didn't feel.
Oh,
that's awesome.
But, anyway, back to your lovely girlfriend. So you guys were dating very casually for those 7 months. You left, you come back, and you're like, that experience made me realize you're the one.
Oh, for sure. Like and as a person, like I learned a lot, because like I said before, I think I learned a lot. So before, like, any argument, I'll just be so dismissive, like just go away, not face it, like not talk at all. Yeah. But there, like, makes you like
face it head on.
That stuff, you know. So like for a long period of time, like I took that out, and I feel like I became a better person, almost like a boot camp. But
nose jail.
Yeah.
You went to prison and came back a better boyfriend. Hell yeah.
Pretty much. But yeah, like in the public eye, I've still got to post the other girl and stuff like that.
God,
but I know it's hard. So like, props
to psychological warfare.
No, it is.
You would have crashed out.
I would have been.
I would have crashed out myself.
I would have crashed out.
Like I applaud her. Like I would have been gone. Yeah. I would have been gone. I'm not gonna lie. But like I'm having to post her, but in real life, I'm hanging out with her. So
the patience, the understanding, anyway.
Yeah. So I remember like we would go out to eat, and I would wear like a hat, a hood. Like I remember how to do all that because people would take pictures,
and then they would know that you had
and
you weren't together with that girl anymore.
There were so many like posts and like articles or whatever, like, yo, he's cheating on her with her, but in reality, like, this is my actual. We weren't dating at the time, but like obviously I had feelings for her, like, you know, so it's. She been through a lot.
So okay, you talked about wanting to have a kid, but you also in your entrepreneurial like point, you want to move, and I want to ask both of y'all, how do you feel about like making your partner jump up and maybe even move when, again, maybe someone that, and I'm not saying that she does, but wants to be stable. You know what I mean? So just to be like, hey, look, you see what's going on, like I need to go here. Like, are those conversations you have to have?
Oh yeah, for sure. And like one thing I am thankful for is like if I have a vision, I'll just keep talking about like every day. I'm sure she gets tired of it, but like she'll support it. Yeah. You know, like that, like leaving for the show. Like obviously she didn't want me to, but she supported it.
Yeah. Sure.
You know, like even like the little events after, you know.
And long game, she was probably like, okay, this is a great opportunity for you. Whether this goes one way or another, like this, like I want to see this through. Like this could be good for you, and it could be good for both of y'all long term. So she saw the big picture. That's the partner you want.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that's what kind of made me realize, you know, too. I was like, all right, I gotta chill out because I'm wilding out. Like, So I'm thankful for that. 100%.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's good. How do you get to a place where you know that you want to have a kid? That sounds so dumb. Miles, you can probably even touch on this too. But like, I've only had 2 unexpected kids. Yeah. So like, how do you get to a conversation with your partner where you're like, we're ready for this financially, emotionally? Yeah. Like, how do you know you're ready? I guess is my question.
It's gonna sound like very like planned out, but like, so I remember when I was younger, I like literally planned like every goal out. Like, I'm gonna have a kid by this year. I'm gonna buy a house this year. You know, I'm gonna do this by that. Blah blah blah. This is the year. So I think now like I'm in a place like one mentally, like financially and just emotionally ready, I guess you could say.
Yeah, for sure.
And really, I don't even feel like I'm all the way there, but it's on my timeline to have a kid at the end of this year. So I got like 5 months to like lock in and freaking
make it happen.
Yeah. I'm scared of being old and a parent. So that's one of the biggest things. And same thing. I mean, I'm a pretty boring guy. So like I wasn't.
How old are
I'm 31.
31? Okay.
Yeah, so I was, you know, I'm chilling. I don't go out anymore. Like, I sit at home. I go to the gym. I go to work. I go home. I work on my, you know, projects, things like that. What else am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, and so, you know, I've been with her for 6 years, and it was just, it was just time. But
how old's your kid?
He's 11 months actually today.
Oh shit, dude. Happy birthday to the young one.
Thank you. I honestly, I don't know where she wants to go, but I want to speak about like now and honestly like just that entrepreneurial mindset that you're at and how you feel. You were talking about how you felt like there was nobody around you to connect with. What are you doing like that is helping you find these people to connect? Because you are doing these entrepreneurial things. Like I saw you do like trading?
Trading,
yeah. Like what got you into that?
I think honestly just seeing like the possibilities out there, you know, like just being on Instagram and seeing like these young ass kids, like 20 years old,
crazy,
driving Lamborghinis and all this stuff, and it's not even about the materialistic stuff. I love cars, so I was like, fuck, I need that. And I was like, how are they doing it? Like, if it's possible for them,
it's possible for me.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm looking at that. I have that same cause doll.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fire.
That's crazy. I have ADHD. I'm sorry.
Yeah, same.
But so
you wanted a Lamborghini.
Yeah,
and you're like, how do I get a Lamborghini?
Yeah, so I'm like seeing like, how the hell, dude? Like, so I'm starting doing all this research, and I actually went to school, ODU, for finance and like stocks and all that. But in school, like me and my best friend, we took all the same classes, so we cheated. Literally the whole entire
So you skated through it.
Dude, I almost got kicked out of college because we cheated on this one test, and I Googled the answer. It was Chegg back in the day.
Chegg. Oh, yeah.
So the teacher, he set me up. So he was the one that made the Chegg answer.
What?
And I copied the answer and I put it in the test. Yeah. Because my friend would start on the front of the test. I would start on the back. Yeah. And we would just Chegg every answer until we met in the middle, and then like send each other the
full
second
part that you done. Yeah.
Yeah. So the teacher, I remember he set us up and he was like, yeah, you know, I wrote this answer. So I almost got kicked out of school. But
because there's no way around that.
Nah, I was like
You can't be like, oh, I also wrote this exact same word for word answer.
Yeah, I did word for freaking word. But I remember I'm witty, so I was like, sorry, like I had to watch my brothers and sisters. Like my mom just went out of town. Like I had to so I created this whole scenario, and he let me stay in the class. I just had to sit in the front, and he's like, as long as you put forth good effort, I'll pass you. I was like, holy shit.
You were, yeah. My sister graduated the same year as you at ODU, and I got a couple friends that went there. You probably don't know. Anyways, sorry. Look, I'm ADHD too. Yeah. So like, you got into coding. You went to school for that.
Yeah.
What, like, have you been doing that since, or is that something you just picked up?
Nah, I just started doing that maybe like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love trading because one, you can do it anywhere, and I don't make nowhere near that, but like I got friends, like they're literally 90 grand in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, that's absolutely insane.
That's crazy.
So obviously you got to scale up to that point, and like,
right. Because you got to,
your position has to be pretty big, you know. I can
Sure.
talk all day. It gets really like crazy,
nah, I feel you. Yeah.
But
you're not making that like first
no.
out the
No,
yeah.
Not at all. Like I lost thousands. Like, thousands. Like, but the possibility is there.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're gonna lose some, you're gonna win some, but your losses got to be smaller than your wins.
It's like gambling.
Yeah,
I think that's just
calculated gambling.
I think that's something great about you that like I'm just even learning now about when I ask you about the risk is like, in order, and a lot of people like to just understand this too. It's like, to succeed, you have to take that risk. You got to lose those thousands. You got to leave your job and go do these things.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's just great. Like, it inspires me too because, I mean, I'm comfortable. I'm obviously doing things that I want to grow, but like to see and hear you like take those risks make me feel honestly inspired because that's awesome. I mean, I just wanted to say shout out to you for that.
Appreciate it, man. Thank
you.
Do you think that you guys will always stay in Virginia Beach?
Do
you see yourself going somewhere bigger?
I think having like, cause like I grew up here, you know, like my whole entire life. She's from California, but she's been here like most of her life too. So I think having a house here probably, but I do want to, like, I see myself just traveling. Like, obviously everybody does, like every other week, you know, traveling, but home base, I would be okay with it being here in Virginia Beach.
Even with a kid?
Yeah, like traveling with the kid?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because kids fly free, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's under 12 months or something like that.
12 months, bring the little kid with them.
They fly free,
Fire,
but have you ever taken a 6-month-old on a
yeah,
plane?
bro.
Dude, I guess they, probably cry insanely.
But you know what? I mean, if you're committed to doing it, like, I mean, people do it all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's not the end of the world. I just think that sometimes your mindset and your priorities and stuff change once you do have a kid.
Yeah, that's why I held out for so long because like for me I want all this stuff and I'm trying to do like travel all these different places and stuff and I know once I have a kid I'm gonna like I'm straight focused on that.
Exactly.
Like I was talking about earlier, like this over like like hyper focus on certain things. So I know once I have a kid, like my whole life will change to provide it for him.
I think that I also had like a big risk mentality. Like I was jumping on a flight and going to Thailand and not having a ticket home and like going on Love Island and skydiving, like those kind of things. And then once you have a kid, you're like, wait, I cannot do that. I cannot jump out of a plane because if I were to die, like what would happen to my kid? Like,
I thought that way. I went to the DR just now.
It all changes in a minute.
Yeah, I went to the DR and I was like, yo, what if we die on this plane?
Yeah, for real.
I'm like, and he's not. I was like, yo, I even was thinking of things like, dang, I wish he was with us at least. Like,
I think about it when I'm driving. I'm like, oh my god, like I have to be like extra super safe driving. Like, what if I got in a car accident? Who's gonna come pick him up? Like, who's gonna like? Nobody knows to pick him up from daycare at 3. Like, it's just
like you think like your whole world revolves.
Entire mentality changes.
Okay, so all right, I would like to guess that your numbers is majority woman, right?
Like,
do you know your analytics? Like, I feel like you have a high. You don't know.
What's your audience?
Oh, like on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's weird, dude. I looked at it like not too long ago, and it said 98% women.
Yeah, no, it's not weird, bro.
No, it's not
like,
weird.
You were on,
That's not weird.
Love Island, and all the women are like, "Oh my gosh!" And no. So okay, so I have a question. Like, how do you feel about branding? Like, you are a fitness guy. That's who you've been before. Well, you're not just a fitness guy, but that's where your bread and butter is, and where you know. And you have this app. How do you feel, or how do you plan on like branding when you have such a strong like woman audience? Like, are you like trying to consciously like even that out, or are you You know what I mean?
Like with our posts and stuff like that.
Yeah, because you're like.
This happens to me a lot because my audience is majority men.
Yeah, because you're showing your butt in every post.
Right. But it's majority men. And so when I have like brands and stuff will reach out being like, oh, can you, and this was a little bit more pre-kids, but like swimwear. And I'm like, yeah, but if I'm posting trying to sell bikinis and my audience is 90% men, they're not going to buy the bikini, you know? Or if you want me to market some kind of like hair care or makeup or whatever, like if my audience is majority men. So yeah, how are you balancing that audience with also trying to market? Because you're not marketing towards women.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about it?
And now I am like, shit, I should probably make another
Yeah.
No, don't.
Don't make another Instagram, but now the wheels are turning. You're like,
I know a girl.
I gotta reach out.
I know a girl. She same situation in bathing suit. She's booming. Like she got like almost 600 on Instagram, and she had all dudes.
Yeah.
And she like, it took a while, but now her audience is all like women, and they all are.
Mine has balanced out since having kids, but
yeah, it's just weird because I'm sure, you know, at some point. And I think you have a good mix in your posts, but like at some point, you're like, yo, this isn't hitting like this is.
It's crazy, yeah. So like I know, like I posted a picture of me and her the other day, and the engagement on that, because I'm guessing this is everybody from Love Island. They think I'm like Loverboy or whatever. So that did so much better than a picture of me working out. And I'm like, and it kind of messed with you mentally.
It does.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
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 You
You're like, wait, that's what people want to see, but I worked so hard for these other posts and yeah.
Well, I think that's even like, for example, with us growing this podcast, obviously it's a different, you know, level with your personal page and stuff, but we've already had conversations about leveling up our conversation instead of being like, oh yeah, we have this 21-year-old girl or guy on there talking about how they ran through all these people, but like we have to you know, we still have to talk about it a little bit, but we also want to talk about you having kids and people having kids because it does take time. Because if you do that, it's so sick. I mean, I get obsessed with algorithms and stuff like that, but Instagram really will cook you.
Oh yeah.
If you just make that switch, they'll cook you. So you have to do it like strategically and like, okay, like I'm gonna, all right. You know, this post, then that post, and this post, and that post. But so the fitness app, that's like your main thing. Where do you see yourself? Like, this is such a disgusting question, but where do you see yourself in 5 years? Because you said when you were younger, you kind of planned it out. Like, do you think about that? Because I feel like from what I like, you do, but you don't.
Yeah, like think where I want to be in 5 years?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, you do?
Because my goal is go up to 2028. That's the year I just want to be done with everything.
And just
you want to retire in 2028.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Yeah,
so
that's fire.
Whatever happens, happens,
yeah.
you know? But so that's like where my cutoff is.
How many kids y'all want?
I want one. Just maybe one.
Yeah.
Maybe two, I don't know. I was two.
You want to have 3?
No, I already have.
You already
She's
have
a grandma.
3. You're a grandma.
I have a granddaughter.
Wow.
That's fire.
So he's a grandpa.
That's
Yeah, I'm a grandpa. I don't have my own kid.
incredible.
I know.
So you already have 3. Sorry, not you, because now I'm like trying to piece it back together. Okay, so your girlfriend has 3, and you would like 1 biological of your own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy or girl?
I want a boy.
Yeah.
So like my whole reasoning is to like, so I grew up like my whole family is like super like, you know, we come from nothing, like absolutely, and I think that's what kind of like cultivated me like, and make all these goals and stuff like that now. So I'm thankful for I grew up like kind of like lower income like that. But yeah, I always want 1 kid just to, because I feel like I have to change that like for my whole
generational. Yeah,
I feel like I have to change that.
But listen, I'm gonna throw you a curveball.
Oh shit, what do you got?
What if he doesn't want the business? What if he maybe go the other way and he doesn't push on? Because I think about that too. That's why I used to want a boy and a girl. Now I'm like, I'm not saying we're going to do this, but 3 boys. I mean, seriously, because like you said, like
that's a lot. I couldn't do 3.
No, I mean, that is a lot. I'm very boring though. Like you said, you want to travel. I don't like traveling doesn't really sound so appeasing to me, but I'm like, yo, what if like Grayson
doesn't do it for you?
No, like what if like, you know, I mean, I don't know if you care about your last name. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I don't know if you care about a last name.
Like what if Grayson like becomes a professional ballerina and doesn't want to take over your business.
That's what I'm
and
saying, but not the
doesn't-
ballerina. Come on now.
And like
You
gets
could've done
married and wants to
something
take
better.
his wife's last name. And
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
and
what
it's
if he lives a completely different
over.
life? Yeah,
Then you gotta pop out another one because you're
just like really quick.
Yeah.
But what if it's too late? That's what I'm
Dude,
saying.
I know. That's I'm get scared. I get scared.
I'm just,
I get
you know,
really
because
scared.
I thought about that. I'm like, yo, what if Grayson doesn't even like women?
Yeah,
And it's over.
Yep.
Which is fine. Not,
It's okay.
It's not over.
Okay, sorry.
It's not
Sorry.
over. Your last name might be over. Anyway.
That's what I meant.
I want 4 kids, but
Wait, you want 4 kids?
mhm.
And you got 2 right now, yeah?
Yeah, and
So how
I
many
just
baby
feel
daddies
like
you
I
want?
know I was gonna say I think having
Wait,
a
how many
third
baby daddies do you have?
2. I have 2 kids, 2
Okay,
different
okay.
dads. So having a third baby daddy sounds insane. And then what if that doesn't work and I have to have a 4th baby daddy? You know how hard it is to coordinate with 2 different baby daddies?
Yeah,
I can't
'cause
imagine
it's
adding
like
a
you
third.
You gotta keep them up to date on everything you're doing, and I feel like it's a lot
Yes.
of bickering.
And if there's relationships.
Yeah.
Sidetrack really quick on this funny story. One of my baby daddies and I are talking through like a court approved app.
Oh,
right now.
shit.
It's just
like
it's,
to make the app.
what?
Are you trying to
No,
like make
no,
it
they're
No.
conversing like where the court is
we can't
recording the
communicate
conversation.
well enough that like we now have
Oh.
to talk to this like court approved app because we just argue and fight
Is
all
it
the time.
WhatsApp where or
It's
something?
called Talking Parents.
Fellas,
And
stay away.
yeah, no, stay away. Nobody on here wants to be my
Fellas,
third baby daddy, I promise.
Talking
And my other baby daddy and I were getting along pretty well, so we could communicate fine. So anyway, so now we're not, and I had to go on that app
and add him up there.
I had to go on the app and reach out to support and be like,
Oh my god.
I need 2 separate accounts because I have
Fellas.
Wait,
two
do you only get
different
one?
baby daddies. And they were like, you can only talk to one. They're like, we didn't
Fellas.
anticipate this problem of
Yo,
people having
that's
2 baby
Number
daddies.
3.
I know.
Don't be number 3.
Hey, I think it's
Anyway.
crazy they only give you one. Like you got
Yeah.
one
You got-
toxic relationship that you could
That's
have.
exactly what it was.
If you have 2, you're getting banned.
Yes.
That's it for you.
The email I had to send to support was so humbling. I was like, I don't know how to tell you this. I have 2 different baby daddies, 2 different like children,
that's
and I need
crazy.
another account. And they were like, no.
That is wild. No second chances, nothing. Just fuck you. Get off our app.
They were like, you got to pick which one is the worst. I don't know what to tell you.
Shout out to the baby daddies.
Yeah. Honestly, shout out to them. They.
Poor
We need
kid.
to write that down. Talking parent. Download that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, that's insane. All right,
Anyway,
you have to leave soon, right?
in a little bit.
Okay.
Babysitter's texting me a bunch of happy.
no,
thoughts.
honestly, I
do
just
have a
have
couple
a-
more questions.
Yeah,
so.
go ahead.
This is almost like very interviewy, but if you could go back to 2021 and give your 2021 self some kind of advice, or tell your 2021 self something that's going to be great in the future, what would you do? What would you say?
So the advice I would give myself is I would keep all the money from that thing because I remember I split it and I'm pissed off. But I would keep all that, and then 2, I would just say just keep pushing, like it's gonna work out.
Yep.
Again, that sounds so freaking cliche, but just I would get in my head so many times like, is this risk the right one? What's gonna happen after that? You know, and eventually you just got to get to the point where you just fuck it, like you don't care about anything,
that.
like what's gonna happen. You just got to try it.
Yeah.
So I would just say just keep level headed and just keep going. So it'll all work out.
Bro, that's so deep because again, when I said about the comfortable thing, it's like I sometimes like I'll be like, okay, I'm doing this, and then I'm like, I feel like kind of like timeline thing, like no, I can do it. What I'm going for faster, so like I should do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I don't want to waste time because you know that nice little meme where they're digging and there's gold
Yeah.
behind it,
Yep.
bro.
And
It
it's
could
like
be
right
just
before you quit. And
Yeah.
that's where the gold is. Yeah.
but it could be just dirt.
You're
like
right.
it
It
could
be
be
just dirt.
and that
Right.
scares me so
Yeah.
much. And it's actually like
And you
I
could
guess
be digging
say-
in the wrong place.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I like that you said you just got to say like send it, like it don't matter.
Yeah.
Because like I even told myself this year like okay, I'm gonna stick with these 3 things, right? Like these are the 3 things I'm focused on, and I'm not going to be like, oh well, this might be a better idea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because of that. So that's
so do
fine.
you wish you would take more risk or?
Yes and no. I'm happy where I'm at. I love where I'm at. I obviously want more, right?
Yeah.
But like I'm a very boring person. Like I really mean I'm boring. So like I used to want to move to Houston for Alpha Land and Alpha
Oh
Elite.
shit, yeah.
But you know what? Like I'm not trying to sound cliche, but I mean, I found my wife that like even when I wanted to, like she was a girl that I was shooting my shot with for a while. Like I have a kid. Like you know, like everything is cool, you know what I mean? And like it's not like I'm broke. It's not like I don't have a good job. It's not like all these different things. I would just say I'm pretty like not complacent at all because I want more.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm in the right track.
Yeah.
I
So
feel
that's
like
good.
I
That's
got
good.
traction on what I want out of my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So then I would say you're definitely obviously going the right direction. Like you got a sick
Yeah.
setup, you know,
Yeah.
like you're doing everything you want to.
Yeah.
I think what gets people is the regret part. Like
Right.
I should have did this or I should have
Right.
did that. That would tear me up like on the inside.
I'm like sometimes I wear the sunglasses to kind of try to be like a little bit more, you know, like one thing I always tell people like social media is like I know how to do social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love social media. I'm a nerd for under. I'm just not willing to do it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like I could tell you like, oh, right now you could do this or that, and I'm gonna say this like I know I'll be right. Like
Yeah.
I'm very good with that, but I'm just not gonna be the quote unquote character or extra like the extrovert. That's just not me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like obviously I'm sitting here with a podcast with
Yeah,
six
that
likes.
is crazy now I'm thinking about it.
But it's like it's chill. Like I'm
Yeah.
being honest. Like this is
Yeah.
who I am. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like to go in the store and record on YouTube, like I could say I regret not doing that maybe, but it's not who I am.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I
sure.
mean?
I'm
So
the
it's-
same way.
yeah.
I hate it like recording and the social media and like posting and all
Yeah.
that. Like I just want to be in my own little lane,
Yeah.
just doing that. But it's so coincidental because that's my
Your
job.
job,
Like,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
have to do that.
Yeah.
So I get exactly where you're coming from there.
And it's great. Like I was talking to my friend. You know, making it a job and understanding it's a job, and that's something that I've been also trying to do better at myself. Is like, no, like I don't want to do this, but do you want to do this 9 to 5 for the rest of your life? Do
Exactly.
you want to do this?
Yeah.
Like, so are you okay with putting that much work in, but you don't want to risk it or do it for that? And I've been on it. Like I used to post all the time.
Yeah.
Before there was reels.
Yeah,
and-
I see your posts
Yeah.
every day pretty much. So
So, you know, I mean, no, I think it's awesome, though, because I think there's a lot of people that do regret it and that want to take those risks, but they're kind of like, well, what if? Or, you know what I mean?
It's
Like,
that what if part. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
what if. Yep.
that's fire.
And I know we need to wrap up in a second, but we just talked on a different episode about. Now I'm so interested about like you guys you have 3 stepkids.
Yeah.
Were you not
Wait.
scared to date somebody with 3 kids?
Wait. Okay, wait, hold that. I'm so sorry. Do you. Oh, no. You know what? I ruined that.
You can't use that term.
I ruined it. No, I was going to say your brand on Instagram, having a relationship. Do you care about like obviously you don't care, we've been talking about it, but like having a girlfriend online also not contradicts, but like, you know, with being on Love Island and that being, you know, you're really like
Your
shoot
original
off.
claim to fame.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some famous people say like keeping their relationship, like acting like they're single or keeping
I'll
the
never
relationship.
post a man.
Yeah. So and this is where it gets sticky again too. Like I'm always, cause I've seen like I've obviously had to do that, like post, be so open about a relationship, quote unquote, and all that. But it adds so many outside forces like negativity and people just try to fuck up something good that you have going. So I personally like don't like posting a lot like that. Even I even got some friends that like every single day they're posting like a relationship or like the kissing and all that. Like that's too much for me.
Yeah.
Maybe like once a month or something like that, just to make
Once
it.
a month, you get your kiss post.
Well, like just to make it.
All right, it's the 21st of the month.
I
Like,
know.
Let's get this over
come here,
with.
come hug me.
Like rinse too. But now just making it known, like, hey, I have somebody. I think that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the overdoing it, that's my pet peeve. I can't do all that.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, go ahead.
Were you scared to date somebody with 3 kids?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah. But see, my original thing, because like I said, like when I met her, I was still in that phase,
The hoe phase,
you know. So like this was never my intention.
Right.
Yeah,
was
you're
to you know, like to where it is now. But you know, over time, like you start having feelings start growing, like you start having fun with a person, like you just there every single day, and
Yeah.
that becomes like your life. So I think at that point it was like, all right, she has kids, but I care about her more than dating someone with kids. So you overlook that.
Were you against dating somebody with kids before you met her?
Yeah.
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 I think that's
was.
and I think that's the thing. It's like
Hell yeah.
if
Love this for you.
it's like I always say like, oh, I probably wouldn't date someone with kids, but again, like there's exceptions to it all, and I told, like we've talked in the past, like I may not be in a situation where I am consistently vibing with someone that does have it to build that. But if I meet that person and we're aligned and everything's great and all that stuff, it's not like it's like a write-off.
Yeah.
It's just maybe if I was vibing with someone else at that time
That
and the
didn't have
vibes were
kids, you would
good.
choose them.
I mean, honestly, no disrespect, like, but just being honest.
Yeah.
But would it, if the vibes were the same?
Kids are a whole different factor. There's a lot of baggage that comes with that. I totally get it. I just
I wouldn't even say the kid part because I grew up with 5 brothers and sisters, 6 of us. My mom ran a daycare, so there's kids. Oh, like I love kids.
Yeah.
But I think it's the drama that the baby daddy brings.
That's exactly what the answer was
in all
on
of
the
that.
other one.
For
yeah.
sure. Like, I'm not fighting you.
That is 2 for 2. It has nothing to do with the kids. It is
Yeah.
about the drama that your ex-partner brings, and that's so felt.
Like you're gonna have your own stress and your own problems with that relationship, and like the last thing you want to deal with is the outside drama and all that. That has nothing to do with you, but you obviously that's your partner,
funny.
so you have to be there to support her. And now your feelings are getting involved. Like I don't mean to put yourself in that, but like when she be arguing with her baby daddy, like I get mad. It's not even about me, and I'm like, fuck, I'm already working on this. Like I'm already stressed out about this.
Yeah, you're like, can you tell him to shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
Like I'm busy. Yeah, no, I'm literally arguing with mine right now, so I like totally get it. That's really interesting though. How, without putting your business out into the public, how old were the kids? I feel like that also matters a little bit.
3.
Okay.
3 and 6.
Yeah.
3 and 5.
Okay, so they weren't like baby. Like I mean, I have a 3-month-old, so I'm not dating
the
anytime
kids are
soon.
cool. Like
That's the best age
I love
to
the
start
kids.
with.
Yeah, you know. And I think now, so I take my statement back earlier. Like now that I've dated someone with kids, God forbid if we ever broke up or something like that, like could I date someone else with kids? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
It's not the kids. It's the fucking baby daddies. I swear to God.
Or sometimes the baby mamas.
Okay, well, listen, I'm perfect. That's pretty cool. Do you have any other?
No, I mean, honestly, I'm sure I can sit here and talk. I want to know more about, like, you know, what you are doing with, like, Fit Life and everything. Fit Vision, sorry. With Fit Vision and, like, what your goal and everything like that is. And I'm sure I could sit here and talk to you forever about it.
Do you see yourself ever doing another fitness competition?
I want to.
Yeah.
I want to, yeah. But I don't, me personally, I think where, like, my life is headed, probably not. I don't think I'll ever do one.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, you know, you compete it too. Like, it's so much that you have to, like, you breathe and eat and
You gotta be a
sleep in
robot.
it. Yeah, literally.
I don't know how y'all do that.
Literally.
I don't know why we do it.
Why do you do
Yo,
it?
shout out to bodybuilding, but it's really stupid.
Was it just for, was it like, I just want to know that I can accomplish this?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's like, because obviously it's not like football where you go to football practice for an hour a day. It's like bodybuilding. It's all day.
Yeah.
Like every 24 hours, like you're working on something. So I think it's the what's the word I'm looking for? The hardness of it.
It's
like
the
dedication,
commitment.
discipline.
Yeah.
The difficulty of it that makes you pursue it, and it's like I can do that.
Yeah.
And then you just go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Fucking
Nah,
nuts. I don't know how
I say I don't know. I think I'm the same. Actually, I don't necessarily want to compete. The only reason why I want to compete is for coaching.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
You compete, right?
I did. I haven't competed since 2021.
I'm about to say, man, you're shredded right now.
No, I'm
like,
skinny,
shit.
bro.
Don't hype him up too much.
No, I appreciate that. No, I need to put on size. I'm really skinny. I kind of fell off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
was it because of the kids or like that's your focus now?
Honestly, bro, I'm not even trying to get deep with it. I kind of feel like
Get deep with it.
what was triggering me to work out and get like where I was was like honestly some like trauma stuff. Like I kind of had this like epiphany. I swear I did like shrooms or something one night, and I woke up and I was crying like every day, bro.
Yeah.
I've never done shrooms or anything either.
Yeah.
I was just
Oh,
crying
is
every
this
day.
after your favorite rapper died?
No.
Wait, who's your favorite rapper?
No,
This
remember
rapper
when
in
you're
trouble.
trouble?
I cried once. I was actually post cycle.
Yeah.
So I think my
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
you're on your
I think I
cycle.
was just
Fucked, yeah.
Yeah, but no, like I was like, why am I doing this? I started having this why am I doing this with everything. Like
Yeah.
everything I was doing, I was like, why do I care about being big? Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Why am I doing that? And then I was like, what's the point of me doing this? What's the point of me doing that? And then I hit that. And then I just kind of like, and then I started working like, and then like training, and then I did online coaching, and then like all these different things.
Yeah.
And I knew that like I had a goal to like make enough money to provide for the family, for all these things. And I was just like, okay, me getting 225 or getting 260 is like,
That's huge.
what am I doing it for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people don't even care. People care about you. People care about the individual more
Right.
than there's people that like. Have you ever heard of Sush? He's a young LA guy.
Nah.
Skinny guy, doesn't look good. He's with the Fitness Young LA.
Yeah, if I seen him, I'll definitely know him.
He's on his podcast listening, making 160 a month off of
That's
just his
crazy,
code.
right?
Just his code off of just Young LA.
That's insane.
And he looks not good.
That's
so then I'm
insane.
like,
What am I doing?
what am I doing this
Yeah.
for?
Yeah.
Because I'm eating all day and I'm about to throw up. What am I doing this for?
I think the aesthetics is in right now. Like
Yeah.
the big bodybuilders and stuff like that. Like people like
It's
if
out,
if you seen a big bodybuilder, right? Like I'm talking huge. Like
Yeah.
you would be like, that's disgusting.
I don't even
know.
want to do that. Yeah.
No, like I do think that. Yeah. If I see a guy like that, that's like, I'm like, why?
Yeah,
That's-
it's a lot. It's too much.
It's
Like
too much. Yeah.
it was crazy because I used to want to be like that. At one point, I used to want to.
Who'd
like
you want to
said-
look like? Like, who was your inspo?
What's his name? Ramon.
Oh, really?
Dino?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dino. Yeah. I always wanted to look like Calvin Auger.
Oh yeah. See, that's solid.
That
But
was like, yeah.
He's not like disgusting, but even
No.
Ramon, I don't think is big.
Nah.
But like you get looking like Phil Heath and
Yeah.
all of them, dude. It's
And you're just
nasty.
chafing
It's
all
nasty,
day.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
From
no.
straight muscle, it's got to be worse.
Yeah, and like girls don't like that. Like girls.
No, yeah, like I mean, nobody wants like I don't want somebody smaller than me either,
Yeah.
but I just don't want
like a nice aesthetic build. Like
I don't
it
want someone
works
whose
out.
arms look like they're about to like rip in half. Like it almost looks like your skin is like
Oh, like the leanness.
yeah, just
Damn,
like
that's
like
crazy because that's what I
relax.
chase.
Yeah.
No,
it's so wild.
and everybody has their own,
Yeah.
you know.
What
preference, but
do you touch gear?
Oh, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. It,
you touch gear.
I don't know. Sometimes people don't want to talk about it, and I was like, should I ask? And then I knew you were gonna get mad at me if I said, hey, you know, because I always be like, no offense, or
Yeah,
you
I
know,
just
don't mind.
I just don't know what you're saying.
Like, have you done steroids?
yeah.
have you done steroids?
Yeah.
Oh.
During the Arnold, like, and I talk about it all the time. Like, I'm open books. I'll tell you. But during the Arnold, like, if you see those people, like, you have to. Like,
You have to.
You have.
Yeah.
You're not gonna even come close. And I was so possessed in trying to get that pro card.
Mhm,
You know, it's crazy. It's a piece of paper, but yeah, you have to. I remember I was on like 9 different things.
Really?
But see, I reacted good to it. Knock
Yeah.
on wood. Like I was never angry.
Yeah.
I didn't have like any like sexual problems. Like
Yeah.
I didn't break out with
Same,
acne.
yeah.
Like I responded really well to it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the only thing that has me.
Because
wanna
it could
compete.
take you on like an emotional.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You could be crying over
I responded like
fucking rapper dying.
that was post. I was off of it, and I didn't PCT.
No, me neither. And my stuff is fucked now because of it. But
Is it really?
Yeah, but now I do the TRT, so
Yeah.
it's good now. But I remember like I just cold turkey stopped. I was like, I'm done with everything, and I didn't think it was like I was young at the time. It was 2020, so
That's so bad for you.
oh, it was
Yeah.
extremely bad.
No,
Extremely
but
bad.
when I like, I don't know. When I like, I posted a clip about like, being off of gear and stuff like that. And when I look at myself, I'm not, I'm like, dang, man, like, I feel like I should do it. That I
Go
do-
back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, because I only did it for like 7 weeks, because I was in that, I was going to do it natural, and I was like, bro, are you an idiot? Everyone here is going to be juiced.
Yeah.
Like, what is the point of you doing this? You're wasting your money. I had a coach, all this stuff. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do it.
Yep.
And then, like I said, now I look back, I'm like, dang, maybe I should do it again and see how far I can get with it.
Yeah.
Because I do think they'll yield results, like not only just with winning, but but then I'm like, nah, bro.
You gotta.
know?
I think you gotta do it for something. Like if you're doing a show, I can understand that. But if
Yeah.
you're just the
Oh, if
people
you're-
that
yeah.
are just doing it and just for like daily life, like those are the people like unfortunately that like just die.
Yeah, exactly. They
It's not-
abuse it.
It's not like what if you like roided out and like killed Sam and Grayson?
I actually had a
You can't risk that.
Yeah, that doesn't happen unless you're that way already.
Yeah, it like amplifies however you are. Like same with you. I'm probably like you said you didn't have any like crazy effects. Like
Yeah.
I'm a chill dude.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I was just like how I am now.
Yeah.
But and same with you probably. But I do remember.
If you're already emotionally compromised.
Oh
it's gonna
yeah.
make
Like
you-
if you already have anger issues.
Yeah.
It's gonna intensify that even more.
It just, I always describe to people, it makes you what an epitome of a man is. Like when you think of a traditional
Jesus
old
Christ.
man, like you're more confident.
I'm feeling that.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're more confident. You're more like, you're not gonna hold your tongue for nothing.
Yeah.
You're gonna be you're just gonna feel like,
Like you can do it. I remember.
yeah,
I forget what it was. It was So I used to ride bikes, like motorcycles,
Yeah.
and there's a whole thing. This conversation goes so many ways, but I remember I passed one. If you pass someone on a bike, like I rode, it was a Harley. And
Yeah.
if you pass another dude on a Harley, like if they're in a gang, they'll
Yeah.
like run you down.
Yeah.
And I blew past like 20 of them. I remember literally it was on the interstate. I blew past them, and then they were literally, we're doing like 80 miles an hour, and they're trying to kill me. Like they're
Yeah.
kicking me on the bike. Like
Yeah.
they got little freaking nunchucks.
What?
Yeah. They
You
were
had a
hitting me.
nunchuck battle with a biker
No,
gang on the
literally,
interstate?
Literally. And
Battle.
it sounds insane. They're like hitting me with nunchucks. We're doing 80 is like out of a movie, like some
Yeah.
Tom Cruise type shit. And I remember I pulled over because I was about to snap.
Yeah.
This I was on it.
Yeah.
And the dude pulled out a gun, and like I'm running at him.
Yeah.
And in my head, like the gun wouldn't hurt me.
Yeah, you're like, yo, I'm
a
a go.
dead, but
Yeah. No, that's I'm telling you. And if you have anger issues, like, yeah, you might, you know.
You
what I
had
mean?
invincibility issues.
Yeah,
No,
kinda,
it
yeah.
does
And it just
that.
heightened that.
It does that. No, it does that. Because
You
I'm
were
like, yo, I will
running at
literally punch
a-
through this dude right now.
yeah, there was like 8 of them. It was. I'm not even bullshitting. They're called the Boost Fighters.
With a literal gun pointed at you, and you're like, I got this.
Yeah,
I'm
it was,
tell-
it was me
yeah.
and my friend. Yeah,
I'm telling
obviously
you.
I would be dead. Like I wouldn't. What?
That's
But it was
No,
crazy.
it does that, though. It makes you feel like,
insane.
you know, like, I will literally knock this dude's head off if I
Yeah.
punch him right now.
Mm-hmm. It's
But
insane.
but you're not
It's
doing
insane.
that unless, like, it's a warrant. I mean, unless you just get mad at anything.
Yeah.
Like, if you get mad at me for doing whatever and you're on steroids, yeah, you might snap quicker.
Mhm.
You're going to snap quicker. But
Yeah.
if,
It's fucking
But you
nuts.
would never be the aggressor. Like
exactly.
like I would never. Even now, like I'm
Exactly.
never gonna start anything.
Start a fight, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if it's there, like if someone's fucking with me, like we went out last night. And this shit happened 3 times in like an hour. I'm like, yo, what? This is why I gotta stay inside because
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is too
Because
much.
this ain't, what I'm trying to do.
You slow
Too
your roll.
much.
All right, well, bro, I could, like I said, I could sit here and talk to you forever about
I know, me
this stuff,
too.
but I think she
I
has
gotta
to
get home
go.
to these babies.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you coming, bro, and
Yeah, of course.
honestly, shout out to your girl for saving. Is it recording now? All right, cool. Because I don't know. That was a. I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna be up editing all night.
You're gonna be editing so much, and we're getting a camera for the next one. This has just proven it.
Dude, go get the little Sony
The
thing.
yeah,
Like if you show them some of the clips on it, like the quality is insane.
I need to do
Really?
that.
It is insane.
I just yeah no, but I appreciate you, bro, really, and coming all the way up here to do this.
Yeah, I could pick your brain forever.
Really,
but-
yeah, I appreciate it, and y'all are gonna have fun over there. Are y'all going to Hollywood thing?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we
I
got
see it.
time. Yeah. What time is it now? Like
It's 1:30.
30.
30. Yeah, we could probably swing by.
Yeah, Hollywood. Maybe just stop by the river, like do something outdoorsy.
Mhm.
She's
Cool.
so pretty.
All right, thanks
All right,
again, Corey,
thank
bro.
you.
I really do
Yeah, of
appreciate
course.
it.
Thanks for having me.